Hey guys, we're back talking about Dream and Quackity again. After last week's video, there were some things I think are important that came up in the comments section, so I just want to talk a little more about the whole situation. If you don't know, Dream and Quackity are in a bit of drama recently because they were both poised to launch new SMP Minecraft servers, Quackity's QSMP and Dream's United SMP. Turns out they both had the same idea, a server with people from all over the world that translates what others are saying, so that creators can communicate even when they don't speak the same language. This became a huge deal when Dream decided to write up a massively long string of tweets about how Quackity is ignoring him, and he's upset that they did the same thing. And honestly, I think it has an undertone of accusing Quackity of stealing his idea. I went over the entire post in my last video. Go watch it to get caught up. I'll put a card on screen now. Again, I want to preface this video by mentioning that we've only heard Dream's side of the story thus far. We're going to try and keep the bias out of this, but since we are getting all our info from Dream, some might slip through. Basically, what I said in the last video was that Dream's long string of tweets was two-faced. He spent the entire 9,000 plus characters on pretending to be friends with Quackity, saying he hopes the best for him and wanting to stay out of drama, all the while implying in the undertones that Quackity might have stolen the idea from him. The whole thing is Quackity's fault for not communicating, and also making the drama go from something no one cares about to something huge. I still feel like Quackity should make a statement giving his side of the story, which he hasn't at time of recording. I got some pushback about that in the comments because some of you think that Quackity is just doing his own thing and doesn't owe anything to Dream. All of that is true. Honestly, I think that giving Dream the silent treatment so far was probably a good move. Dream used a two-faced statement to essentially villainize Quackity, all the while maintaining that they are still friends. Reading his statement, I think it's pretty clear that Quackity not responding to him was really bothering him. A great tactic for dealing with someone you don't like, but in this case, I think he should make a statement, not to Dream, but to his audience. Explain what's going on in his own words, because right now, Dream controls the narrative and can use that to make you into the bad guy. I mean, how much of Dream's statement was literally him saying, "Oh, I don't want to have any drama, but here's the drama." The dude is fairly good at manipulating information. Don't let him get a head start, IMO. What do you guys think? I've also seen rumors that Quackity has been working on the QSMP for a few years, in which case, I don't really know what he was doing for that long. It's not actually a complicated thing to set up a Minecraft server. I've done it several times. Heck, I've even talked to my tech illiterate friends through doing it over Discord while someone plays sounds from a soundboard. But if that is the case, the length of time that Quackity worked on QSMP was nicely left out of the statement made by Dream. If that's true, then it's more than possible that Dream stole his idea. Though I don't have any concrete proof of that, and I still think it's more than likely that the two had the same idea and worked on it independently. After all, that's how we got A Bug's Life and Ants movies at the same time. I think it is a common theme in Hollywood, so I don't see why it couldn't happen in the online space too. On top of that, Quackity actually has something. The QSMP is real, more or less, whereas Dream mentioned that he put the United SMP on hold while he figures out the situation, which is a bit suspect. Being first to market is 90% of success when it comes to ideas. So maybe Dream was just upset that Quackity actually managed to make it to the stage where he was ready to announce it, whereas Dream was still doing teasers about what mods he wanted to include. The entire note that Dream had written was kind of self-serving in this way. Dream and Quackity had the same idea. They were both ready at around the same time, except that didn't turn out to be actually true. If Dream was actually working on the same thing as Quackity, it's clear Dream was behind from a development standpoint. He does this self-serving good guy thing quite a bit in the tweets. He was ridiculously positive in an abnormal way. To be honest, it read like a ransom note. He mentioned Quackity by name many times. He attempted to paint Quackity as the cause of the drama by mentioning that Quackity never answered his DMs, and including all the nice things that he sent to Quackity in his messages. Honestly, it really made me angry how afraid Dream was to actually come out and say what he wanted to say. Dude was constantly sugarcoating his own drama by saying that he loved Quackity. In all honesty, if he did love Quackity, he wouldn't have written the note now, would he have? You don't typically write 9,000 character notes about someone you're not mad at, or about drama you don't care about. Take that from me, a drama news channel. I've probably made videos that had fewer characters in their transcripts than Dream wrote about the drama. It's hard to write a lot about something you don't care about. At the end of the day, the more thought I get to this, the less I'm inclined to take Dream's side. He comes off as desperate, unsure of himself, and unwilling to confront what's going on. He hides behind a shield of crazy fans doing crazy things because of this drama, which, if true, needs to stop and is certainly not a good thing. But in reality, it seems to me that he's using the actual drama about what's going on and the fanbase's response to it as a scapegoat scapegoat. Really, what it seems like to me is that Dream is mad at someone he used to think of as a friend. He's not sure what happened, and he's frustrated at being ignored. But he doesn't have the social skills to handle confrontation or manage his own feelings at being ignored. I think Dream made the public statement because he was lost and didn't know what to do to handle the rejection he was getting from Quackity. And don't get me wrong, rejection is a terrible feeling, but honestly, if I was Quackity and someone was writing about me the way Dream wrote about him in the note, I'd be creeped out and want not to respond either. I have read entire book series where the two main characters, love interests, say I love you less than Dream said he loved Quackity in that note. That's not normal. Honestly, there's 20 seasons of NCIS, and I don't think any character says it as many times in that entire show than Dream did in a series of tweets. I mean, maybe I'm just being a boomer, even though I'm in my early 20s, but I've never seen or heard any adult men speak the way that Dream wrote his statement. Am I wrong in saying that? Most dudes aren't exactly as lovey-dovey with potential business rivals like that. Is it something that he does as a character or something? Or is he actually just so afraid of his own audience that he is scared that calling out another content creator might make them turn against him? In that case, instead of letting the mob rule, he should honestly just put his foot down and tell the crazy fans that they're not welcome. It's not healthy for them to be so involved, and it's not safe for him to let them be. Again, what do you guys think? That's pretty much all I can say in response to the comments in the last video and expanding on my points a little bit. Was there anything I missed? Did you have any questions about this that you'd like my opinion on? I'd be happy to answer you in the comments, or if there's enough, I'll just do another video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Have a great day, and God bless you.